Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sit Down. Been a couple crazy weeks for me, and I haven't really had a chance to do much of anything in the video realm. I've seen a couple movies, so we got some reviews that'll be populated, in the next couple days. And I also haven't had a chance to watch some trailers, and there's a bunch that I wanted to watch, and then the one I've been waiting probably the most for since the teaser came out dropped this morning. And I was like, I got a couple hours before I have a very busy weekend for myself this Tuesday, Wednesday. So I was like, let's get in the chair and let's record some things. What are we talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat? We are getting ready to take a look at the official trailer for Eddington. And as I said, this has been like my most anticipated trailer drop since the teaser for this movie dropped. I'm a huge Ari Aster fan, and I love the idea that after getting to see him really dive into the world of like horror direct, we've started to see him expand what he works on, right? Beau is Afraid was more of a fantasy epic, and Eddington is going to be Ari Aster's take on a Western, and I'm really here for that. But I'm also here because I just like the way Aster approaches his storytelling and the types of stories he does tell. And based on what we saw in the teaser, this seems to be a movie that is set in 2020, peak COVID, and you have this little town of Eddington where things are going awry, right? You've got murders happening, you've got COVID going on, there's a lot of pressure on the mayor, there's a lot of pressure on the sheriff, and we see the sheriff kind of scrolling through social media, seeing our other characters and different people we're going to run into the movie pop up in out of context bits of things. And I'm really interested to see how Aster plays with this setting and this story, and how he injects social media and some of the things that people were doing at the time in 2020. And it's one of those where I feel like this is going to have a political vibe. Like I said, it's going to speak about social media and how that's utilized or weaponized, I think, in scenarios like what he's built for Eddington. And I know it's gotten some mixed vibes and reviews coming out of Cannes, I think is where it debuted. So I'm not shocked by that. I don't think Aster creates film and stories that are going to be universally loved. But I think the people that dig Aster are the ones that he's trying to connect. And as a big Aster fan, I'm very excited for Eddington, and I'm very excited to see more than what we saw in the teaser, because like I said, it was a true to form tease. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get the trailer up for you. I've got it in front of me. We've got 2 minutes and 22 seconds. And like I said, hopefully this is more than just Joaquin Phoenix sitting on the couch scrolling through social media, seeing all of our other players like Emma Stone, Austin Butler, and Pedro Pascal. So hopefully we get some more context of what's going on in Eddington and see a little bit more of the types of horror vibes that Aster might weave into this version of a Western. So let's take a look at what we're getting with the official trailer for Eddington.
I am recording this. Fair warning. Is that really necessary? Look, Joe, 6 feet.
Great sticklers. Sheriff lives out there.
Is that praying?
Oh, Summer Stone is his daughter.
How can we get him? And even worse, is it worth it? At the cost of being at war with your neighbors? That's why I'm running for mayor. Mayor Eddington.
Even more
Thank
conflict.
you, super duper very much. I used to think that you were some big deal. But I am a much better human being than you.
Who are you talking to? There's nobody here.
Oh, man. The first truly modern Western.
Husband, sheriff, mayor to be.
Or no, I guess that's I guess that is his
More
wife.
things
Interesting.
Simple and neat. We were in a
Like fireworks
fight
thrown into
against
the gas.
evil.
These are your streets. No, they're your streets to keep safe.
You know how death works, yeah.
Never want to
People are going to be
away.
looking here now.
World isn't
Keep your own office going, but you're gonna run mine.
So we vote Joe Cross, take back our community,
Hell yeah.
save our soul.
Oh man.
Your pain is not a coincidence. You are not a coincidence. We
Are not a coincidence.
Whoa.
We need to free each other's hearts.
Oh man. The Pedro? What's got the mayor lighting up the streets? July 18th. I am very, very here for Eddington. You can already see how this movie is going to be divisive, especially with the COVID elements and the political elements attached to COVID that are clearly being played with here. I would assume that COVID probably had a significant impact on Ari Aster. That said, what he has going on here with a town that is struggling in COVID. I know the synopsis had mentioned murders. We haven't seen that, but it's clearly going to get violent, as we saw a little bit of that at the end. But the idea of this town dealing with COVID, dealing with these murders, and it's in such turmoil that you have a mayor running for re-election and a sheriff who's at odds with the mayor that says, you know what, I'm gonna throw my hat in the race and try to be mayor as well. And seeing, an older Joaquin try to use social media and things like that, I think is going to be interesting to see Aster play with. Was kind of shocked that Emma Stone is Joaquin's wife, it appears. When the teaser trailer dropped, I thought maybe she was attached to Austin Butler because she says something about like what my husband said, and then you go into like a clip from Butler. So that's not the case. And then at first I thought that was the daughter, but clearly it's Joaquin's mom in the room with him at the table there, and then Stone as his wife. So that'll be interesting to see how they play with that. And I do like the fact that the trailer is keeping, I think, a bunch of stuff still hidden. I really can't get a vibe of exactly what's going on with Austin Butler, but again, kind of gives me cult leader or maybe aspiring cult leader vibes. Someone who's going to try to weaponize social media and words to get people to rally around whatever he's trying to do. So I like that you kind of have some stuff where it's like we see them here, but not really sure what's going on exactly with Stone and with Butler. And the fact that they both kept saying the same thing, right? It's not a coincidence. Is she connected to Butler in some way? So I like that some of that stuff is hidden. And front and center is the Pedro Pascal versus Joaquin Phoenix going after the mayoralship. Clearly just going after each other throughout. Like, I like that there's some humor laced in here. Aster is someone who loves to live in dark, disheartening, super tragic worlds. And, through 3 movies, he has displayed, these really twisted family tragedies. And you're not really seeing that here, so I'll be interested to see if that's weaved in at all, probably with the Joaquin storyline. But I do like that there is a little bit more humor than things that Beau is Afraid had a little bit of humor in it too, just because the world through Beau's eyes is kind of wild. If that's not one you have seen and you do like Aster's other films, I do highly recommend it. There's some crazy stuff, but some great performances, really, really strong individual sequences in that one. And I think we're going to get much of the same here. It's like, I could see like elements of like Beau and of Midsommar at play here, like the idea of it being daytime, and like just some of the things that are going on, especially just having Joaquin involved. Like, I'm really interested to see exactly what's going on, because the other thing too is like a modern Western, and you're not really seeing a lot of traditional Western elements here. So I dig what we're seeing. I'm excited for this movie. I can't wait for July, but I also like that it doesn't seem like Aster is giving away anything about this movie as we've gone through a teaser and now a full trailer. But I think Eddington is looking quite promising, and when you're dealing with the cast that you're dealing with and a creator like Ari Aster, I'm super excited to see what we get in July with Eddington. The question is, what about you? What do you think of this trailer and the potential things that Aster could be playing with Eddington? Are you excited for Pascal? Are you excited for Joaquin, Emma Stone, Austin Butler? Which things are popping out to you? What kind of Western vibe do you think this movie is ultimately gonna have? And if you are an Aster fan, do you like the fact that like he is progressing in the types of stories that he's telling, that he's willing to dabble in other places, or would you like him to go back to horror? And if you are not an Aster fan, being that this isn't something that looks exactly like the other things that he has done, is this something maybe that would get you to watch, or are you just like a hard no on Mr. Aster? Anything you guys got, good, bad, indifferent, on the official trailer for Eddington, put it down below in the comment section. I look forward to talking to you guys down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with the C-Man anytime. We're talking movies, TV, trailer reactions. Like I said, I've seen some movies, so we got reviews for those coming up. We've got other trailers coming up. You just want to be here for any of that. You dig the vibe. You want to show a little love and support. Come join C-Maniac Nation. It's super easy. Jump over there. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that little bell if you want those alerts. And until next time, for the C-Man Cinema, sit down. I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off. Peace.
C-Maniac Nation, you look nervous. Is it the scars? Would you like to know where I got them? No? Well, then maybe you'd like to see another video with the C-Man. How about up here or over here? And if you really dig the C-Man, well, then show him a little love right over there.